Hey everybody. I just thought I'd show you something. I was looking through my bookshelf here and I found this from the well, I don't want to say when it's from, what kind of date myself, but this is my actual this is there's two sides to this. This is my first edition campaign world when there was only a first edition. It actually started out as the Mulvey, but I still actually have all this. It's got all my history of the world, and back when I played it when it was only first edition. It started with the basic edition, the little red and black book. I've got histories and everything about this. It's just kind of a nostalgia thing. I took a lot of stuff out of Dragon magazines. Now when I look at this, some of the stuff I hacked up is probably worth quite a bit of money now. But I wanted things like aerial mounts. I remember the knights of my realm, of one of the big bad realms, would ride on dragons. So I would use this. I loved complicated rules. You sort of had to play first edition, right? But I would take rules that I liked out of Dragon magazine and I would three-hole punch them. I haven't really done much with this because I want to keep it, sort of like to be able to look back and remember all the games that we played with it. And I used to make tons of monsters. I, and that's something about the game I've always loved about D&D is that it was always sort of a DIY thing, make it yourself, do it yourself, and that's something. It kind of feels like the newer editions, the newer stuff is kind of moving away from that a little bit, but because that was one of the things about first edition. The art was all kind of hokey, which was kind of nice because you didn't feel like you couldn't compete with it. Whereas with the newer editions, it's so polished and everything. Not dissing the new editions, don't get me wrong. I'm just this is just going down memory lane. Giant butterflies. I should go through actually this and see now this is the actual best of Dragon 1983. I cut it up to take out the parts that I wanted. Whole bunch of hex paper. I don't think I no I never drew anything on this. There is a little bit of blank paper in here, unfortunately, and then little things like, I don't know, uh, more monsters and stuff. So this is non-player characters. So I had a whole bunch of non-player characters. Steric. What is it? A Mindor Loic? I guess must be something I made up. Or maybe it's from something else. Shaliabas. This is from like the 80s, actually, late 80s, mid 80s. That's when I started this campaign world. Yeah, there were a lot of us played in this world. I actually have the this is a whole bunch. I remember what is I've got one character in here. Where is it? Elfmore? No. Slyn. This was one of the most popular characters in the campaign world. Everybody, for some reason, wanted to fight to protect Slyn. Dar Solchi, that's a dwarf. So I made up all my own races and my own lands and everything. Cantrips. This was the first time cantrips had come out. This is from the Best of Dragon. I think I cut this out. So I wanted to use cantrips because it was first edition, right? So you didn't. All right, so that's that side, but then, come on. Oh man, this one's kind of seen better days. Holy, wow. This isn't too beat up or anything. This is the Anti-Paladin. I don't know where I got this from. That's original. These are all my notes. So this whole campaign world it kind of had different stages. This was the very first stage of it. I tried to play it in basic, and nobody would play basic back then. Everybody said basic was basic. They wanted to play advanced because it was sort of like more what the big boys played. So I had to switch over to advanced. And then I ran this for a lot of years. Oh, plethora of paladins. I thought this one was pretty neat. It had all kinds of... I used all of these guys, these different paladins and whatever. I put a lot of work into this campaign. This is one of the reasons I prefer simpler games now, is because this kind of complexity, kind of not necessary at a certain point. When you've played enough, you don't really need all that complexity. The Cloistered Cleric. So lots of stuff from different magazines. The Bounty Hunter. This is all from the Best of Dragon. Which I cut that up. I've got most of these Dragon magazines anyway, but the Psionicist. So yeah, this went through several iterations. I'll do a video on those ones too at some point. It went through because there isn't much information about my campaign world in here. So I played it with, I converted over to 2nd edition, and I converted over to Rollmaster, and I even did a Warhammer Fantasy version. So this is just one duotang, or one binder full of stuff that I did. This is mostly all just from Dragon magazines and stuff, the stuff that I have put into my campaign world, I guess. Yeah. Alright. So where did I put... Oh yeah, so now we're getting into the stuff I actually made up. The deities, all the different gods of the campaign world. Yeah. And then, what here? A whole bunch of blank paper. You know what? I should just take all that out. I don't actually need that. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Make sure there's nothing in there. Whoop. Yeah, see, there's stuff all over, so I have to be a little bit careful. Alright. But that, I think I can get rid of. Different parts of the world, histories, governments. This was a lot of fun. Seppa. I forget what that is. I think that was the name of the wood. Dragon Reaches. Some old maps I did. Yeah. That's mostly just notes, right? A drawing. Mist Elves. So this would have been probably a race. Different currencies that I used. Weapons, specialized. Oh yeah, I called the world Seppa, right, for some reason. Just kind of a weird name. The different languages. Oh, I even had all the glyphs figured out. So these were just notes. I understood what they all meant. I didn't actually put down much behind it. But I wrote a lot of it out. Different deities of the world. Okay, Seppa was a god. Daventhos, Fenora, Panagorson, Zyme. Oh god, I remember all these. That's neat. Shu... Yeah, Roshan, Shakam, Brolam, all the different gods, their alignments. These glyphs all had different things they could do. Oh, I think I'm running out of time here. Yeah, probably. Anyway, I just wanted to share this. All the different gods. Wrote all the gods out. And then they all had histories and what they did in the world. Somme, Brolums. Anyway, for me, that's the fun. That's always been the fun. Oh, look at Old Adventures. Dren. Booglash, the Demon King. Oh, a temple. Yeah, see, that was something back then. I'm just about to run. I guess I'll have to do a part 2. All right, I'll be back.